Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, August 7, 2021. I'm Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines tonight, TEIXEIRA to permanent secretaries, stop paying unjustifiably absent employees. AG, NDC take BERBICE man to court for obtaining titles for state land. Wanted bulletin issued for another suspect in murder of US-based Guyanese. COVID-19 task force intensifies monitoring for violation of new measures. And 33,000 more to benefit from Because We Care cash grant as eligibility deadline extended. Now for the news in detail. Minister of Governance and Parliamentary Affairs Gail TEIXEIRA on Friday said that accounting officers from the various ministries and state agencies need to put better systems in place to stop payments of salaries and wages to employees within the public sector who have walked off the job. Details in our lead story tonight.
During Friday's Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee meeting, it was revealed that some $1.7 million was overpaid as net salaries to 16 employees by the Ministry of Health in 2016, a recurring issue across the various government ministries and agencies. As such, Governance and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Gail TEIXEIRA posited that they need to stop making these payments.
There has to be more careful examination of the payroll, even though you do it on the 6th of the month and submit your finance, that the RHOs out there and who are in charge of the regions and the ministry heads of department, someone walks off the job, they haven't found them for 3-4 days or whatever, they haven't submitted a medical, they may not have officially resigned, they're just not there. There's supposed to be a system in the personnel department to say that for those heads of departments to alert the personnel that this chap hasn't come to work for 3 days and there's no medical, no communication. In fact, that's reason to stop the payroll in the first place.
This was after former Permanent Secretary Trevor Thomas told the PAC that one of the challenges the ministry continues to grapple with and which leads to overpayments is the fact that persons would resign or found to have walked off the job after salaries are paid. He noted that attempts are made to recover some of these salaries, and the ministry has even sought legal advice on addressing the issue. In fact, current Permanent Secretary Malcolm Watkins indicated that they are currently working to improve these deficiencies in the current system.
We have to work on speeding up the process in terms of the bureaucratic process. And so the current system begins with getting everything up to speed, the backlog clear up, and that when somebody leaves, we can process the document in a timely manner and take quick action to reduce the hemorrhaging.
But this did not go down well with Minister TEIXEIRA, who contended that there must be more alertness and better communication to reduce the prevalence of overpayments to employees who are unjustifiably absent from work.
Whilst we are pleased to hear there's going to be some improvement, but I think we have to be structured and systemic. There are ways, and I keep hearing every ministry say, well, people walk off and we can't do nothing about it. I am saying between the 6th of the month and the day when the money is released from finance, there is means and ways that the PS can say to the finance people, the following people are not here. And therefore, the check in the first place will not be electronically distributed. You'll still have a percentage that you're going to get caught, but the amounts will come down. And therefore, people will realize you're serious.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
Jarrell O'Brien joins us now to report that a court case has been filed by the government of Guyana and the Gibraltar Friarish Neighborhood Democratic Council seeking an injunction against the Quarantine Coast man over state land he is alleged to have fraudulently obtained title documents for in Region 6. Here is more.
According to court documents, Attorney General Anil Nandalal is joined by the Gibraltar Friarish NDC as the applicants. They are seeking injunctions as well as costs against Troy Tom, who they allege fraudulently obtained titles for state land. According to the documents, Tom sought and was granted titles for the land in 2019, despite knowing fully that the land was state land. The AG and NDC contend that the lands are in a designated area with no titular ownership, thus making them state land. Moreover, they pointed out that Tom has since converted these lands to his own personal property. The 2 plots of land in question are in Parcel 2, Gibraltar, East Coast, Berbice. This latest case comes in the wake of a slew of cases last year after the government entered office where it sought to reclaim state lands that were illegally vested to individuals. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
An investigation into the murder of U.S.-based Guyanese Hemraj Pardesi deepens. Another person is being sought by police for questioning into the killing which took place in East Kanji, Berbice, Region 6. Wanted is 32-year-old Jason Isaacs of Lot 18 Bristol Street, East Kanji, Berbice. Pardesi, 60, was killed shortly before midnight on Tuesday at his Reliance Settlement East Kanji home. There are currently 6 persons in custody for the murder. This newscast understands that among the suspects are 2 of the dead man's relatives. Meanwhile, one of the suspects, who was released from prison earlier this year after serving jail time for robbing a Chinese supermarket, has since confessed to robbing the elderly man. He told investigators that he had held down Pardesi but did not injure him. However, he implicated another person whom he told investigators had hit Pardesi to the head. As such, police are continuing the hunt for that 7th suspect. Several roads in the communities of Industry and Riceless on the east coast of Demerara were recently rehabilitated as the Public Works Ministry continues to execute its 2021 work program by providing better roads across the country. Natifa Punch joins us with the details.
4 roads in the industry area, namely 1st, 6th, 9th, and Market Streets, and Middle Street in the Riceless area, were on Friday commissioned by Minister within the Public Works Ministry, Deodat Indar. The Minister in his remarks stated that budgetary allocations have been made for works of this nature in keeping with the government's mandate to transform and rehabilitate Guyana.
We have been providing in our annual budget significant sums of money to infrastructure in the country. The President's plan that we campaigned on when we were in the opposition was that we're going to transform Guyana. At the same time, we have to rehabilitate the existing structures that we have.
The contract was awarded to R&B Investments Incorporated to the tune of $13.7 million for works in the Riceless area and $41.6 million for the industry area. The Public Works Minister cautioned residents to care the roads and be mindful of those that may contribute to damaging the roads.
And I hope that the residents of the area, when people pass with a big truck and they park it in the corner for left it for days and have people using the carpet, breaking up the road, that you all put it to a stop. Because that is the problem we've been having throughout the country. Just finished building a brand new road. The asphalt is not even dried on the surface. And we find massive trucks parking in the corners and allowing people to use the carpet because it's on the shoulder, and they start breaking the shoulders of the road. And once the shoulders start to break, the entire road starts to collapse.
Meanwhile, residents in both communities lauded the rehabilitation of the roads, saying it will bring much relief.
My name is Lalita Ram, and I'm from Middle Street, Riceless. And I think that the road did very well, you know. I think it's the second time since I've lived here, you know, and the first time whoever did it was not a good job, but definitely this is a good job. We're well pleased about it.
I'm pleased. It's a good job, considering that we suffer so long with a lot of craters, as the minister remarked, right? I'm satisfied.
For the evening news, I am Natifa Punch.
Coming up on the other side of the break, COVID-19 task force intensifies monitoring for violation of new measures. Please stay tuned.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power, and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Get your Cool Kids High in Vitamin C now for $80 nationwide.
I'm a cool kid, we're cool kids, we're cool kids, living in a cool kids world. I'm a cool kid, living in a cool kids world.
Starting a new home or family, or simply looking for a cheaper alternative cooking option? Then the Massey Gas Products Mega Stove Package promotion is for you. Buy now and get a quality 2-burner gas stove with a filled 10-pound cylinder for just $7,500. The 20-pound package is just $13,000, or go for the bundle deal of the stove plus filled 10 and 20-pound cylinders for only $15,500. Don't forget, you get a regulator hose and clips free with every package purchased. Filled 20-pound cylinders are also available separately for just $8,500. Offer ends on August 6th, so buy now. Massey Gas Products, distributor of Ruby Gas, clean, safe, and
Your #1 supermarket cost cutter has everything you need. Come down to our Sheriff Street or our Track A Farm East Bank Demerara location and shop in comfort, knowing that you're also getting the most competitive prices. We currently have specials on onions, 5 pounds for $500 or 50-pound bag for $3,500. Purple onions, 25-pound bag for $22.50. Happy macaroni 400-gram packet, 1 for $200 and 3 for $500. Just Juice 500 milliliter, 1 for $135 and get 4 for $500. Miran soybean oil 500 milliliter bottle, 1 for $275, 4 for $1,000. Aqua Pure water 24 330 milliliter bottles, $1,100 per case. Buy 10 cases and get 1 case free, and much more. Give us a call on 231-7180 or 502-5660. You can also WhatsApp our farm branch on 686-6501 and our Sheriff Street branch on 686-7536.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony has cautioned that the National COVID-19 Task Force would be aiding in the monitoring and clampdown of any business, entity, or person that violates the existing national measures. Here is Rupasina Ryan with the details.
In order to enforce the new COVID-19 measures, which mandates vaccination in some public settings, the National COVID-19 Task Force will be making routine checks to ensure proprietors and patrons are in compliance. This was announced by Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony during his recent coronavirus briefing. Dining is permitted at restaurants at 60% capacity, and patrons, except for children, must have in their possession an official identification document in addition to their vaccination card.
We have restaurants to visit because people going to dine should be vaccinated, and the proprietors would have to ensure that that is happening. People who are going to bars, again, must have their vaccination card to show that they have been vaccinated. Unvaccinated persons are not allowed in bars. So again, the task force would be going around to see that. Casinos is another example.
The health minister went on to say that ministries and other government agencies will also be checked to ensure that unvaccinated persons access the respective services via appointments. The operators of public transport mediums are also under the microscope.
And for persons accessing government service or services, if you are vaccinated, you would be able to come in and access those services in person. If you're unvaccinated, you will have to call and make an appointment. And again, from time to time, the task force would be going out to various ministries and checking to see how these rules are being implemented. Another one that we would be strongly looking at is to check with minibus drivers and conductors because they apply the route every day. And if they're unvaccinated, if they're not able to show their vaccination card, well, then they'll have to face the penalties. And you also have that for speedboat operators.
Rupa Sinarayan, the Evening News.
Meanwhile, Guyana's COVID-19 vaccination campaign will be further boosted with the arrival of another batch of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines from the COVAX mechanism. Already, the country has received over 62,000 doses of the jabs via this facility, and continuing assistance is expected until 20% of the population is covered. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony recently disclosed that in the new week, an additional 50,000 AstraZeneca vaccines are expected. Let's have a look.
Next week, we are expecting another 50,000 or so doses from COVAX. So this would complement what we already have. So we have enough vaccines. Vaccines is not an issue. If you want to get your first dose, please come to any one of the vaccination sites and get that first dose.
As the government of Guyana continues to push value-added production across the country, the Ministry of Agriculture on Friday commissioned an agribusiness development incubator and handed over several vehicles to the Guyana Marketing Corporation to further drive its agenda. Details in this Amar Pasad report.
Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa on Friday handed over 3 ATVs and 2 refrigerated trucks to the Guyana Marketing Corporation, while also commissioning an agribusiness development incubator. The minister stated that over the years, the agriculture sector was neglected. As such, he noted that this investment and similar investments in the sector will not only develop agriculture, but also aid in ensuring food security in this country.
This year, we'll be investing approximately $263 million in this sector. These equipments and vehicles are only part of the investment that we'll be making. The trucks, the incubator, and the ATVs. I understood also they have other equipments that will come later on. But what we are doing, we are moving our country, as I said, from a primary producer, from a subsistence farming, to one, as the chairman rightly said, to move it to a country where we can create more value-added product and where we can make more, enhance the capability of our farmers and producers within our country.
According to Mustafa, the government will also be investing in 9 agri-processing facilities to help further the development and modernization of the agriculture sector. Meanwhile, the general manager of the GMC, Mr. Shuana Walal, explained the beneficial roles that the vehicles will play in the sector.
These ATVs will be used to visit the outlying areas to determine their scale of production, inform them of GMC's services, link farmers to buyers, and address marketing concerns. This will further support the improvement of GMC's farmers and agro-processors database and to have readily accessible information for our stakeholders. Maintaining the cold chain of perishable agriculture commodities during transport is imperative to its shelf life and marketability. As such, these 2 refrigerated trucks will aid in the same and assist with the increased requests by our local stakeholders, especially farmers, exporters, supermarket operators, and perishable commodities.
For the Evening News, Amar Pasad.
Education Minister Priya Manik Chand has announced that the eligibility deadline qualifying new entrants into the public education system for the government of Guyana's Because We Care cash grant has been extended for another month to August 31, 2021. At the beginning of the distribution of the cash grant, only students now entering the public school system who had applied for entry on or before June 30, 2021 would have benefited from the initiative. However, Minister Manichan said that the date has been extended and this will result in an additional 33,000 students being able to benefit from the grant. Over the last 2 days, the Education Minister has been spearheading the distribution of the grant in Region 4 on the east coast of Demerara. The scheduled distribution in the region will end on Monday, August 9, 2021, with over 600 million being transferred from the state to the families in the region. We'll now take a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge is expected to be closed on Sunday, August 8, 2021 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is expected to be closed at 16 hours 50 on Sunday, August 8, 2021, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Recent T20 internationals improve Windies' World Cup perspective, says Pollard. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Massey is by your side as we continue the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. In collaboration with OneCart, you can now get your groceries delivered or you can pick up curbside. Call, email, or WhatsApp your order to us. This service is available at both Providence and Turkine locations. Delivery and pickup between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The fee is based on location. Orders must be paid in cash and placed 24 hours in advance. Special conditions apply. Remember to always protect yourself and those around you by wearing your masks. Also, don't forget to wash your hands and maintain a distance of 6 feet at all times around persons. Massey Stores. Our family serving your.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rheinveld.
Ultra Lubricants, the leading lubricants for tropical conditions, has been serving you for over 40 years, extending the life cycle of your vehicle's engine by protecting it from wear and corrosion, removes impurities, and reducing frequent vehicle oil changes. Ultra Lubricants is for every market, from two-wheel light vehicle to trucks, construction, agriculture equipment, mining activities, and boating. Ultra Lubricants, world-class lubricants for tropical conditions. Distributed by Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc. and available nationwide.
When your body is challenged, it burns fuel and energy. Respond to every challenge with Altitude Sports Drink. It replenishes, restores, and prepares you for the next level. Altitude is uniquely formulated with an electrolyte blend and magnesium, available in fruit punch, blue frost, and grape. Altitude. Raise your
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. We'll now shift our attention to some sport news.
When you're looking for superior aftermarket parts, where do you get the reliability and convenience to reduce downtime? The answer is Yellowmark, repair and replacement parts from Caterpillar, that is available only at MacCorp. Yellowmark was developed by Caterpillar, unlike cheap off-the-shelf aftermarket parts. At MacCorp, we will offer you helpful advice on identifying, finding, and installing the right Yellow Mark part for your operation.
Yellow Mark, for reliability and convenience at a lower cost.
Available at MacCorp.